we still do not have any reports of a tornado, but it's in a rural area, so it may not be seen. We want you to take your tornado precautions in western areas, northwestern areas of Garland County. But I want to show you the other big story that's causing so much damage. And it's going to be thousands upon tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, and possibly even, and wouldn't even hesitate to say, millions of dollars in damage if this continues to move over a very populated area, large hail. You got to think about roofs, cars, car lots, car dealerships as this moves up Interstate 30. We've seen this before, but look at this picture that I just got. This is between Caddo Valley and Arkadelphia. That's the back seat of somebody's car. You can see the huge chunks of ice
and glass,
and the glass where it's just completely blown out. And I want to thank, and I'm sorry, our sympathy goes to you because that's just a mess. Holly Ramsey for sending that in. And then this is from somebody here from their home in Malvern, from their parents' home in Malvern. Look at the hail covering the ground there, and that, right, I'd say, what do you think about? You play golf.
That's
a little bit smaller.
No,
it's a little bit bigger.
A lot bigger. That's tennis ball size hail.
Yeah, it's some very large hail that's moving through, and it's just, it can cause just as much damage as a tornado. It's not as deadly, obviously, and that's a good thing, but there's going to be a lot of property damage in the metro here, and what we're hoping right now is that this tornado warning, the only one we have that's in northern Garland County, it still, as far as we know, has not put down a tornado.
No,
as far as
I've been watching it, and I'll go ahead. These are the two. These, to be honest with you, the two storms that we're looking at right now are our 5 live Dopplers. The one that's moving into Benton, and the one that's moving into far and rural sections of northwestern Garland County. These are the two hottest storms and have been over the last hour. There are other storms that are producing some smaller hail, but these are by far and away the strongest storms that we have. Now, the one that we're looking at, which is a non-tornadic storm in Saline County, is now just approaching the Benton area right along Interstate 30, and it is moving at about 35 miles an hour. So as it's moving just to the Benton area right along Interstate 30 at 35 miles an hour, so it's positioned to move into the Little Rock area probably at about 5:43 or sooner, because it is moving very fast. And then on toward Sherwood, through Benton, the Bryant area, right along I-30. So that is, again, a non-tornadic storm, but we are watching both of these. These are the two hottest cells that we have. That one and this one here that's now moving into northwestern sections of Garland County. I'll get a track on it. It is also moving at about 40 miles an hour. So with this from the center of circulation with that storm toward the northeast at about 35 to 40. Jesseville, possibly Hot Springs Village, also in the path of that storm, as well as Reform by the top of the hour.
All right. I think we have Brian Infinger's live feed, and this is what do you got there, Brian?
I am in Poyen. I believe that's how you say it. I'm about to head north on 229. And I still see a bit of a ragged wall cloud. It looked a little better a little while ago, just to my northwest, which corresponds to where you can kind of see that little bit of a hook on radar. No hail.
Turn left onto Arkansas 229 north.
Sorry, Siri.
Say that again, Brian. I'm sorry. Brian, are you there?
Continue on Arkansas 229 north.
All right.
If he's near Poen, that's on 270 he's south of the storm cell.
Yeah, he says it's a ragged wall cloud. I didn't get what he said after that. But we also have Alexis Rogers. This she's standing by live right now in Saline County. We're going to stay with that. Alexis, what do you have for us as this storm comes up, and it's just down the south side of Benton right now?
Hey, Todd, as you can see, it's starting to rain a lot heavier. It's not at the point where it's hail, but it's very, very heavy rain. We're seeing quite a bit of thunderstorms and lightning as well. It's coming at faster rates than we were seeing earlier when we first checked in with you. I just checked in with iDrive Arkansas. It's an app that I really do recommend everyone try to look at. And a lot of the traffic is very slow in this area. Again, we're in Benton, right across the street from the Saline County Fairgrounds. And a lot of that is because of the water. Now, I did check in with the Arkansas Highway Transportation Department, and they did say that drivers all across the central Arkansas area need to be careful because of the water of places that had already been having water issues with closing roads. So check out that app to see all the roads that have been closed. So far, I haven't seen any roads closed here in Saline County or in Pulaski County. There was one on Highway 199 in Jefferson County. So keep an eye on that. But as you can see, it is really coming down. I mean, the rate of this rain has sped up in just the past 5 minutes. So we're definitely keeping an eye on this, especially up there you go. There you see that was just some lightning there. So if we see hail here, we'll definitely be able to let you know. But I know you hear the sky roaring right there. So we are definitely in this thunderstorm that you were warning people about. That's what we're seeing at this point right now. And when we see more, we'll be sure to update you. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Alexis. Let me show you some pictures that we have in right now. Again, this is that car, the back window completely smashed in from the hail. This is what a lot of us are going to see. There's a picture there of the glass and the hail in the back of the car. Prattsville looking towards Benton, you can see a ragged-looking wall cloud. No tornado warning on that storm. That's another picture of the golf ball to tennis ball size hail. That's from Malvern.
You can see it covering the ground, too, around there.
And this here, again, that's, I believe, the same picture. And I just wanted to show you that one picture, again, of that completely blown out car window. In the storm, if we can go back to our volumetric radar, looking at it right now on the north side of Lake Ouachita, Ned, not quite as strong as it was, maybe, but there's still rotation.
I just put a scope on it too, Todd, and I didn't see a lot of real significant rotation with it.
There's a small area, and it's on the west side of Lake Ouachita. It's going to head along or just north of Mountain Pine, but we're being told, and we do have reports now, that Garland County reports there could have been a funnel over Lake Ouachita. A funnel, not a tornado. We also have a confirmed spotted report of residents in the Mountain Harbor area reporting roofs being ripped off area homes. So some very high winds probably right along the lake.
Well, they're saying 80-mile-an-hour winds have been reported with the storm there as it moved through Grant and Saline County, which is where it is right now, far northern Grant County. And most of the core of that storm is in the Benton area right now, but hopefully has weakened a little bit. There has never, with that storm, there really has never been a tornado warning with that storm, which is some great news. But again, the hail is going to be a huge threat with that. We only, on our 5 live Doppler radars, the only storm that we still have a tornado warning in effect and will remain in effect for about another 20 minutes as it slides into northern sections of Garland County. This one looks like it could be moving toward Jesseville and eventually toward Hot Springs Village. It's moving at about 35 to 40 miles an hour. And the latest track on this storm from the where the center of the circulation is, or from the possible rotation as it's moving toward the northeast at about 35 to 40 miles an hour. And it's going to be moving into possibly Hot Springs Village, a very populated area, as you know, by about 5:36. So you have less than a half an hour to move to a safe place. But with a little bit of luck, we might see this storm begin to weaken. As I put a scope on it once again, as I mentioned to Todd just a moment ago, not seeing a lot of significant rotation with that storm from the back flank. It's not as strong at all. So you can't let your tornado precautions down, despite the fact that we may from time to time talk about the storm weakening a little bit is what we're seeing, but it can pulse up very, very rapidly. Yeah, so these storms can go down and they can build back up very quickly depending on the environmental conditions.
The other good thing about this, Ned, if there is a good thing, is that soon we're going to start to lose heating. And that's going to help.
We're on daylight saving time.
We are on daylight saving time. Yes, we are. But the further we go, closer to sunset. But let me show you on our Max 2 radar, if I can show you the hail size. It now appears that largest hail is on the south side of Interstate 30. And this is coming up just south. So if you live on the north side of Interstate 30, you're looking a little bit better right now. But on the south side, tennis ball size hail northeast of Malvern. And we have that confirmed through pictures. And there have been plenty of pictures of that size hail coming down in Malvern. And, you know, you think about all those car dealerships. that are right along I-30, and I know several of those owners are right now hoping this thing diminishes, and a lot of the residents too, hoping that this diminishes. But it's going over Highway 229, Traskwood and Haskell. You're going to see some very large hail. It's going to go over Highway 190, also Highway 35. That's the yellow area, and it's moving off towards the northeast.